Having a romantic relationship in the workplace will jeopardize your career, especially if you're getting into or wanting to get into a leadership role down the road or in the near future. So here are some stories I'd like to share with you guys in terms of having relationships at work and why it's a big risk. So just remember that having a relationship at work, relationships in general, there's a lot of emotions involved, and people are emotional beings. So if things don't work out, imagine the tension that causes between the two people that have to work together in the same workplace, and imagine even in the same department for a long time. It becomes very awkward in a sense. You lose productivity when things don't go right in a relationship to begin with. And so imagine now you're working your way to the top and you lose productivity, you lose your focus and concentration. It'll be very difficult for you to be able to do that work moving forward. Also, you got to remember that people create gossip at work. When there are people getting into relationships, so you got to be mindful of these things. It's not about worrying about the gossip. It's worrying about the negative perception of some people that might have, and those people could be decision makers of you getting into certain roles. So again, you got to be mindful of things like that. There's cases where people have been charged with harassment. You could get into a disciplinary situation if things go sideways, and even worst case, you can get terminated, which will be which doesn't look good in terms of your career or using references for your next job. So again, I've witnessed this throughout various organizations that I've been with, and I'm not saying it's impossible for things to not work out, because there are situations that people have made it work. However, it's a high risk in my opinion, and when you weigh the risk to reward, it's for again people that want to move up to certain areas. I don't think it's worth the risk. So again, here's some key points or takeaways for you and how to avoid these situations. First and foremost is just simply say no. Just end it all, and don't get into those situations where it'll get you to get into certain relationships at the workplace. So simply by saying no to somebody if they ask you out or they imply things is an easy one. Secondly, even having that friendship is it's okay to be friends at work, and as long as you know and you talk about the boundaries with each other. So set expectations and set boundaries within each other, between each other, and this way you'll both know what those boundaries are, and that's okay. You can have coffee once in a while. You can even go out to lunch, but again, be mindful of other people's perceptions too. The next advice I would give is simply, if you are looking to jump to another company or take another role in another place, you can always say, look, why don't we put things on hold, and once I find this new opportunity, or once I finalize the situation with the new company, then we can get into a relationship or go out and figure things out. But right now, we can't do that because it won't be, it's not suitable for either of us to get into that relationship at this time. So again, be very mindful. Think about your career first. Your career is very important. You're very important. So you got to make decisions on what's best for you. And also keep in mind, in terms of, if you know that you're not looking for something long term, don't put someone else in a situation where you're going to jeopardize their career So again, it cannot be just a selfish decision. You also gotta have you also have to think about the other person as well. Hopefully that helped. And if you've got any comments to share or any stories that you'd like to share with me, just go in the comments below, and I'd love to hear some of your stories. I'll see you in the next video.